Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2 of our day in Charleston. Today we're driving from Sullivan's Island to downtown Charleston. We are going to walk the city streets and get a feel for how great the city is. So we get to go over a drawbridge. Container ship that we saw over at the port, and there's the aircraft carrier we toured yesterday going up the bridge. I will put a link to both those videos, the aircraft carrier and the fort tour, in the description. Where they load up all the cars onto those rail cars, take them all over the place. Pretty cool. We started our walk at the High Battery. It's a waterfront promenade lined with mansions and cannons dating back to the Civil War. Coming up on Rainbow Row.
Then I'm following.
Still have the cobblestone. Just a short walk north sits Rainbow Row, a series of pastel-colored homes from the 1700s, painted bright in the 1930s to bring life back to the city's waterfront area. From there, we continue to walk the Charleston streets, where boutiques, hidden courtyards, and world-class restaurants are everywhere. There are hundreds to choose from. I have a shellfish allergy, so I unfortunately do not get to partake in most of the great food that is offered here.
Get a peek in here.
East Bay Street. To the right is one of the oldest landmarks in Charleston, the Old Exchange Building. It once hosted revolutionary meetings, and it even held British prisoners in the basement. They do offer it as a museum, and it also has a gift shop. With only having 2 days in Charleston, I unfortunately didn't get to visit, but the prices for admission is $16 a person. The cobblestones are so cool. Down on Gillian Street, the cobblestone beneath your feet came from a ship arriving centuries ago, reused right here to pave the Charleston's oldest lanes. Charleston is known as the Holy City for its skyline of church steeples and over 400 historical congregations. It's also one of America's top food destinations with centuries of blending Caribbean and Southern flavors. You'll find horse-drawn carriages, hidden gardens, and gas lamps still lit by hand, and locals who will never rush a good conversation. The city feels like living history. As we turn towards the Waterfront Park, a peaceful green space where the Coopers River meets Charleston Harbor. There is a pier, fountain, and the old oak trees that line the walkways, all the way past the Pineapple Fountain to Exchange Street.
Ooh. A little bit of a mess. The Fort Sumter out there.
The iconic Pineapple Fountain was built in 1990, and it's more than just a great photo spot. In Charleston, the pineapple has long been a symbol of hospitality and welcoming, dating back to colonial times when sea captains used pineapples to show guests they were invited in. This is why the fountain sits right here on the waterfront, welcoming visitors from all over the world.
Absolutely beautiful out here. finished the rest of the Waterfront Park. A lot of gnats. I don't necessarily know if I would ever want to stay there a long time. Wonder how much these houses go for. Alright, let's head back to the truck, get us some dinner, and get ready for sunset. See y'all there. At the last minute, I decided to leave the sunset in. If you want to see the whole video previously from Fort Montreat, you can go back and watch that. I hope that all of you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and as always, go have fun.